How's it going? How's the weather? Hey, is the popcorn almost ready? I think the movie's about to start.
I couldn't find any popcorn. All I could find was this popped egg corn, which I don't think it's supposed to be prepared this way.
Yeah, I don't want any of that. No, thank you.
Oh, I'll try some of that. Tastes
That's
delicious.
disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Well, where's Porterhouse? They're supposed to be here helping me get everything ready for movie night.
Porterhouse? Who's that?
They're our newest crew member. It was their idea to do movie night. They're supposed to be getting Gregory from West Annika. I don't know. He's on the news or something.
Yeah, I think that's what they were doing. I think they're just getting Gregory, and they're gonna be right here for movie night. Hopefully they have popcorn too.
Right. Well, it's just not a movie night without Porterhouse, so gotta make sure they're here before we get rolling.
Now recording.
Welcome to the crew, Porterhouse.
Welcome back to Sanity Damage, and welcome to the new year. Welcome back to this tabletop role-playing game actual play live show. I'm your Dungeon Master, Nathan, and joining me are Cody.
Abraham Blavatsky. I sure hope that other team doesn't let something terrible happen, like one of these artifacts getting burned in one of those magic-eating fires or something. Did we tell them how to stop those?
Pippin.
Tor, I don't think we did.
Ellen.
Penelope Whitlock. Still America's favorite baby angel.
What's America? And Alex.
That got me. Orf. I always know who I'm attacking. Every time. Always.
Join us on episode 73 of our first campaign, To Whom the Sea Belongs. Last time, you all screwed up and let one of the other artifact items get burned in one of those magic-eating fires. All right, Happy New Year. A word from our sponsors. Comic Book Yeti's Cryptid Creator Corner is an award-winning comics interview podcast hosted by Jimmy Gasparo and Byron O'Neill. They drop every Tuesday and Friday, so check them out on any podcatcher to listen to the Cryptid Creator Corner. Tune in for chats with some of the biggest names in indie comics and beyond. A quick note on our tea. We're still waiting. We had some production delays because of the manufacturer, but I will keep you in the loop there. Estimated mid-February, but I'll let you know when I know more. All right, we are rewinding the tape. We are back in formerly Cliffs Bay, now Cocaris. The other party, the treasure hunting party, whose journey we have followed for the past several sessions, has just set sail, or is in the process, rather, of speaking with Savannah and getting ready to embark. Meanwhile, Abraham, Arf, Tor, and Penelope, the four of you wake up this morning in the Lion's Den Inn and Tavern. You're preparing to set out on your own journey. What all would you like to do this morning?
So Penny is gonna take a moment to herself and Raven, and she's gonna take a deep breath and think about the conversation she had with the Mother Superior yesterday. And she's gonna, I imagine there's like a little mirror in her room, and she's gonna take out her gross sword, and she's gonna try to Mulan cut her hair with her sword.
Okay.
Can you make me roll for it?
Yeah. I mean, have you done this before?
No.
Okay.
Who has done this before?
Good point. Yeah,
Well,
give me like a
where's
performance
Bangs?
check or a dexterity check or performance or sleight of hand, your choice.
Sleight of hand's +5 and performance is +3. Sleight of hand.
All right.
That is a 24 roll.
Nice.
Foundry loves Penny. Okay. 24 to Mulan cut my hair into like a nice little bob.
Yeah, it looks good.
Cool.
You rolled a
Did a good job
24
with
and
it.
you chose a bob?
Yeah. You know, it's like the post breakup haircut.
Right.
Fair.
It's as good as Bob's look.
Yeah, exactly. And so she's gonna kind of bundle up her hair into like little bundles for all the little nuns. So in case she dies or becomes a famous explorer and never comes back, they have like a little piece of her.
Which
It's
they
very
could
gross.
potentially
It's very
use
gross.
to true resurrect her at a later point if they.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What about the rest of you?
Yeah.
If it's just
think
business as
Abraham-
normal, that's fine too. We can move forward into the docks.
Yeah, I don't think Abraham's got too much on the docket for the day.
Yeah, I would say the same for Arth, just business as usual for him.
All right.
Yeah, Tor's not much of a socialite.
Sure. Well, the Lion's Den obviously offers you free food out of what they have. It's nothing fancy, but they do definitely still view you as significant heroes. I mean, it was only 2 days ago that we had the Battle of Cliffs Bay and the giant elder brain and the Slod and the dragon and all of that. All of that was 2 days ago. So we're still in like high hurricane season. There are still thunderstorms sweeping through Kokaris, although the storms this morning are lighter. It's mainly like a steady rain, but there's not a lot of like massive wind or anything like that. You can all head into the markets. You can get supplies if you want to. Otherwise, you can look at ships. If you go to your journals and go to the Cliffs Bay markets, I believe you all have access to that.
Is it under Kokaris Markets?
Yeah, Kokaris markets. Page 1 offers a variety of seafaring vessels based on your negotiations with Kokaris markets, not Neral markets.
I see, yeah.
Yeah. Based on your negotiations with the newly elected council of Kokaris, you are able to take poorly repaired. You can take one of these boats for free. You're just going to have to pay for the repairs, so the estimated cost is reflected there. The Stormbreaker obviously has already been claimed, but any of these other boats would be potential candidates. The other thing that you'll need to do, of course, is find a crew capable of helping you sail it. You all are not as competent at sailing yourselves as the other as the other heroes are, so you definitely want to. I'm sorry, is Abraham a good sailor, or were you agreeing with me? I couldn't tell.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
Yeah, Penny's never been on a boat before.
Yeah.
I mean, Abraham has been on a boat before. I'm just as a passenger.
Right. Yeah, so you will certainly want to find a competent and capable crew, especially given that fact. I know Tor is a sailor, but that's still 1 out of 4 instead of most of you knowing your way around a boat in the other party.
He may be a sailor, but is he captain material?
Oh, Mr. Captain Tor. What is this voice I'm doing for Penny? It's been a minute.
It'll come back.
It'll come back to me.
Should we hire a captain?
I mean, yeah, that'd probably be smart, right? Because, like, I don't know how to... Maybe Raven can be the captain? Raven, you've been on a boat before, right?
Boat?
Yeah, see, Raven knows all about boats.
Captain!
Listen, I could be the captain, but I run a ship based on fear.
Do we all have to have gross hands?
No, only the captain.
Okay,
Hey,
well...
you there? You all looking for a captain to sail a boat?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
who's
you'd look
who's
around.
asking?
Yeah, you would see a human, a young adult male human, somewhere in his 20s. He is quite obviously a like pirate or a sailor. I popped out a little image of him on the island, obviously not to scale. He he's got that ragtag like sleeveless torn off t-shirt. He's got a bandana on his head, doesn't wear any shoes, and has a buckler and like a war pick slung over his back and a flintlock pistol in his belt. He also has an eye patch on one of his eyes, and he's leaning under a tin awning over like near the roads that head back to the marketplaces. But he's looking out over the pier, over the docks, with kind of a wistful expression. He says, yeah, my name's Guthrie. I'm not a captain myself, but I do sail for one, quite a good one, famous one, you may have heard of him. But we find ourselves in a bit of a predicament. We want to get back on the water, but we don't have a boat anymore. It was destroyed in the battle in the past few days.
And who's this captain?
And he like puffs his chest out a little bit, like he's proud to serve under this captain. His name's Pete Sixshoot.
Have I heard of him?
You can make a history check. Any of you can make a history check.
I mean, I love the name. Penny's so dumb though, man. Oh, that's a 14.
Yeah, I got a 15.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, is that
Tor
Tor?
knows him.
Yeah.
Does it always take him 6 shots to hit one?
We all rolled really good.
Yeah, you did.
Wow, Foundry. Foundry loves
Well,
us.
we used them all up. Get ready for ones now.
Yeah, exactly. Just in time for combat. Oh, hey, we've been recording for 11 minutes, so Penelope, can you make a wisdom save?
Wow.
Damn it, Nathan.
Why?
It's a joke.
Oh.
You're a joke. Make a wisdom save.
He didn't say JK.
Do I get advantage at least?
Yeah, New Year.
Okay.
All right, yeah, no sanity damage to you.
Cool.
Tor would definitely recognize Pete Sixshoot, although Arf and even Abraham might feel like the name is vaguely familiar. Penny hasn't really done anything boat related before. She's just lived in the city, so not ringing a bell for her. But Pete is kind of like a mid-tier pirate. You know, he's no Edward Rackman. He's no Thousand Tooth Tom, but he's got a fair amount of notoriety around his name. He's plundered a handful of ships.
Good or bad notoriety? Like, I mean, not that it would really matter to Tor, but just curiosity. Is like, he feared or is he a respected pirate? You know, there's that fine line.
Yeah, as the fine line in piracy goes, I'd say he's more respected.
Okay.
If you ask like the common layperson or like an upstanding, law-abiding sailor, then feared because he's a pirate. So every pirate automatically is feared, right? So, yeah, among pirates, more honorable.
He's an alright fellow.
Well, good enough for me.
Well, if you like, I'll arrange an introduction. Let you all talk it over, figure out terms and conditions for you booking passage on our ship.
Well, wait, won't it be our ship that you're manning?
He blinks. I don't see what you mean.
Aren't we paying for the repairs?
I'll introduce you to the captain. I'll let you and him work it out. How about that?
I suppose so, but I just want to get off on the right foot. I don't want anyone thinking I'm paying for their new vessel.
All right, sure. Well, he's in the riverbed complex. I'll take you there. We'll see what we can figure out. And Guthrie would lead you through the familiar streets where you have fought many a battle. Take you back to the riverbed complex, and this is actually the same plaza where you all fought the Elder Brain and where it plane shifted away from Cliffs Bay when things got too dire for it. Gonna take just a second to pop you all out on this map.
I mean, that is the deal, right? I mean, we are the ones that have the deal for defending this place to get a ship for free as long as we pay for the repairs, right?
Yeah, that was a little sus, right?
I mean, he's right here, but yes.
Sorry. It was a little sus, right?
Sure. I mean, I'm a pirate, right? So kind of comes with the territory.
I mean, he's not wrong. Do you think I'll be a good pirate? I've never been on a boat before.
Just being on a boat doesn't automatically make you a pirate.
Yes, it does.
Well, then call me Captain Abraham, because I've been on a bunch of them.
So he leads you into this tavern, which has been kind of converted into almost like a wartime mess hall. It's got far more tables in rigid rows than it did months ago. The bar over in the shadows is kind of turned into a soup kitchen, almost like they're just handing out cheap ale and cheap soups. It's bustling. People are in here eating. This is one of the few parts of the Riverbed Tavern or the Riverbed Complex that doesn't have very many illithid fungal growths on it anymore, which is certainly helpful to establish or to foster kind of a sense of safety. Guthrie directs you over to a shadowed corner. Sorry, again, one moment. He leads you over to a corner in the complex. There's a man in this corner who has kicked his boots up on the table, lounging in a shadowed booth and taking slow drags on his cigar. A 10-gallon hat obscures his features, but you can see that his ears are blue-green and have that bat-like webbing common among tritons. Assuming you'll approach him.
Yeah. I see him there.
Yeah. As he sees you getting close and sees that Guthrie is with you, he will light the candle on his table to illuminate the space a little bit more. Well, hello there. See, you've met one of my crew. Pull up a chair. You want to talk business, I assume? Takes another slow drag on his cigar.
Yes, we're looking for some men to sail a ship.
Well, my crew and I can certainly do that for you. Name's Pete Sixtute, and he'll hold a hand out. I assume you've heard of me.
Penny shakes it vigorously.
Yes.
Oh, hello there, young one. Yes.
Hi, my name's Penelope Whitlock.
Excellent.
This is Raven. Say hi, Raven.
Hi, Raven.
An intelligent bird you have there. Impressive.
Oh yeah, she's great. She's the best. She can't die, technically.
Wish I could say the same.
Don't we
Pete
all?
is a Triton in his early 40s. His bluish skin is leathery and creased like most lifelong sailors. He is, as you can see here, he's dressed like a rancher and appraises you with keen purple eyes. You see a rifle slung over his back. He's got like the leather vest and the like riding chaps, which doesn't make any sense because he's a sailor, not a horseman, but that does not stop him from wearing these.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My crew is a little bit more familiar with you than I am, but I'm not much of a I'm very knowledgeable about the sailing types.
Yeah, I've never been on a boat and I've literally never heard of you. But we are trying to go to Shigeodai as soon as possible.
I think that can be arranged. There is one little problem right now that my crew and I are facing, and that's a lack of a boat.
Yeah, so if we were to acquire a boat, and like it's our boat, but would y'all be able to sail it? And you guys promise you're not going to like steal it from us?
Well, we can arrange some kind of contract. Of course, we won't steal it from you if we're making some kind of agreement here. Now, the difficult conundrum that I see here is that all of you are not really sailors, except for that big guy over there. He's got an anchor. I don't know if that means he's a sailor or what, but I mean, if you were to buy a boat, but I were to captain the boat, whose boat is it really?
Like our
Mine.
boat. Like we're putting the gold
If we
down.
pay for it.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to do anything with it if not for
We
me
would
and my crew.
we would figure it out.
I'll fucking burn it to the ground if I have to.
He would. He's
That'd be
crazy.
pretty hard to do, given that the ground is so far below the waves. But hyperbole and metaphor aside, I suppose takes a slow drag on his cigar again. Suppose we can call it your boat, but and legally you'd own it on paper and all of that. That's fine. But I would be the captain in terms of calling the shots when we're on the water. Because I know what it takes to run a boat, what it takes to run a crew. Once we reach land, it's up to you. And once we reach land and make port, the boat's in your name. I would not sail away with it. That would make me a thief. I'm a pirate, not a thief.
What's the difference? Because like I was always told like the same, one and the same. Not that like
no.
I'm judging you. Like
No, young one. No, pirates pirate. Thieves, they thieve. He winks at you.
oh, okay. And then she's gonna turn to like Tor or something and like do like the shrug, like I don't know what he's talking about thing.
You just see Tor nodding.
See, this one gets it. Well, all right. What's say I call the shots on the sea, you call the shots in the land. It's your boat. When we make port, if I have enough to buy my own boat, then we may part ways. If we have a good working relationship after this venture, then maybe we stay on and keep working together.
How much crew do you have? Is it just like you and this guy?
There's 7 of us.
7?
Guthrie.
Okay.
Guthrie. There's 7 of us. Me, Guthrie, 5 others.
And
We've been around the block. We know our way on a ship.
What would the split be for, any piracy were to happen?
Sure. Yeah. So it's your boat, right? But I'm the captain when we're on the sea, so it only seems fair that 75% goes to me and my crew, and 25 to split up among the rest of you there.
Doesn't sound like a very good deal to me.
Yeah, I don't think that sounds really good. I feel like we could just like pay a crew and like spend less money, you know?
Yeah, tell
But
me
it's
why.
your
Yeah.
boat. It's your boat. Like otherwise it's my boat. But
No.
well,
I mean, 50-50 sounds pretty fair to me. What do you think, Mr. Abraham? 50-50?
I feel like I could do more myself than...
Pete is like watching you very keenly, Abraham. 50-50 seems pretty reasonable to me.
50-50.
60-40?
I'll do 60-40 in my favor.
No.
All right, 50-50 seems reasonable then.
What if me and you had a shoot-off?
You really want to do that, huh?
I gotta see what I'm paying for. If we get attacked
All right.
from the seas, I want to know that I'm paying 50% for protection.
We talking non-lethally fighting each other, or we talking a game of darts?
I was thinking like target practice with some empty bottles.
Yeah, like let's do that. That sounds really cool. I think there's some empty champagne bottles from our last brunch.
All right, name a time and place.
Now?
Just go out back.
He pulls a pocket watch out. Well, it is high noon.
All
And
right.
he stands up. Let's go.
I guess this is happening.
Yeah.
Alright.
As they get up and go, I'm going to. I'm gonna bless. I'm gonna like pat Abraham on the back and bless him really quick.
Okay. Yeah, I obviously don't have a map prepared to do a shoot off, so we're just gonna
Fine.
we're gonna stay on
I
this
think
map.
we can shoot our guns inside. We're heroes.
Yeah.
You
kind
you
of
know that's
full
completely fair.
constitution.
You are heroes. I was gonna say if nothing else, you could do it in like the fighting pit back at the Lion's Den, but yeah, either way, whether it's here or there, it's a similar kind of taverny setup. You can line up some empty bottles on the bar and make sure everyone clears out.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna whisper to Abraham. Abraham, do you know how to shoot a gun?
I was just gonna shoot Eldritch Blast.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now that wasn't part of our agreement. All right, you pick your weapon. I'm picking mine. I'm just seeing what you're made of here, but you can't handle a gun. That's none of my problem. All right, everyone. All right, clear out. We're gonna do some target practice here. There's no fight. Don't freak out when you hear gunshots. No one's gonna get hurt. He twirls his gun around his finger, and you can see both of his guns have like huge like Bowie knives strapped to them as well.
Very fancy. Well, shall you go first, or will I lead?
After you.
Mr. Off, if you would throw a bottle in the air.
I have one in my possession. I'm just like, all right, well, I'm gonna get a different one, not this one. Not a scrap a bottle. I'm gonna go, all right, boys. I look and it's a whiskey bottle and a small tear rolls down my face. I'm like, you boys ready? Don't hit me now.
I'm ready.
All right, here
Show
we
me
go.
what you're made of.
All right, so I'm gonna count down, and I'm gonna count up. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna throw the bottle, and then you guys go. Don't wait until I say 3 and throw it, okay? All right.
Oh, all right.
1, 2, 3, and I throw the bottle as high as I can and scurry away.
Oh my god, I bombed.
You get to add a plus D4 to it.
Oh,
I don't think
no.
it's gonna do anything.
No. One's an auto miss.
Oh, you can only hope that they auto miss as well.
Right.
I shouldn't have had a drunk person do this.
Well, we can have the little lady there throw one next time, or this big fella.
I think it's only fair that you have the drunk guy throw one for you too.
Oh,
my
absolutely.
bird-
I'm not
can-
saying otherwise.
Can my bird also be in the shootout then? Like, if we're just letting
Shoot the
anyone in the
raven.
No!
Moving
No. I'm
Right.
sorry. Are you saying you want the bird to be shot, or you want the bird
No.
to shoot things?
I want the bird to shoot things.
shoot things. Well, I don't rightly see how a bird's capable of doing anything like that. But I mean,
And
yeah,
Raven cast Toll the Dead on the bottle.
It shatters right before it hits the ground. It's like, all right, okay. I think what I'm gonna do for the armor class of the thrown bottle is I'm gonna have whoever throws it make a dexterity check. Just a straight dexterity check. So, Arf, do you want to do that for the next bottle, and we'll have have Pete take his shot.
All right, so here we go. I'm gonna count down again. 1, count up. 1, 2, 3. Throws the bottle again. And let's see, that is a.
What the hell?
Wait, why did it roll? Did it roll twice?
I think you must have like rolled
You
with
must have
advantage
advantage or something.
Yeah.
I have advantage.
All right, but
probably ability
your
checks,
advantage.
Yeah, it was
your,
a 1. The first one was a 1.
And what's your dex bonus?
normal roll. +3.
All right, so we're looking for a 4 or more here, just not a crit fail. And that's a 23, my friend. He shoots it right out of the air.
God damn it. All right.
Now I just rolled 1.
Best out of 3, right?
Yeah, best out of 3. That works for me. Now, before we conclude this, let's say, do you wanna put a contract on it? Like, say I outshoot you, and we go 75-25, my favor. You outshoot me, we go 60-40 your favor.
It's either 60-40 both ways or 75-25 both ways.
I don't know. With you shooting like that, it seems like I kind of got the upper hand here. Like, I'm not going to be counting on you for much.
You shouldn't be so scared to lose then, should you?
All right, 60-40, either way. Deal? Don't hold his hand out.
I look back at the crew. What do you think?
Penelope's giving you like a little thumbs up.
Tor, Arf, thumbs up.
Yeah, let's do it, but I don't want to be using these whiskey bottles anymore. It's heartbreaking.
And Raven's gonna land on Abraham's shoulder and give the help action.
Nice. Okay. Now that bird there, that's impressive. It was able to squawk and blow up that bottle. That's pretty impressive. I do trust you guys can hold your own in a fight should come to that. So that's why I'm comfortable saying 60-40 either way, based on how this goes.
Okay, yeah, Raven's really special. Like she's mine. She's not on the table.
Oh, that's all right. I don't want the bird. I just want the profit.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Arf has gathered up some empty wine bottles. Can I make a sleight of hand check to see if I can get some whiskey, some full whiskey bottles without anybody seeing too while I'm doing that?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, the focus of the tavern is on this confrontation between Abraham and Pete, so you've got a good shot.
Okay, I'm just like, while I'm getting the empty wine bottles, I'm like, I just can't see this happen anymore. And I just kind of like go into their trash, and I'm like, I'm gonna get some of these. You don't mind, do you? I'm just taking care of your trash for you. Okay, great. But while they're not looking, I'm gonna try to take some of those. Let's see, my sleight of hand was a crit. A crit.
Where was that? What for the DC for the bottle?
I'm all over tonight.
You know what? It's fun.
You
I
steal
love this.
one full bottle of whiskey.
Okay, I have
Completely full, like unopened.
I have 2 full bottles of whiskey now.
I'm loving
All right.
these wild rolls tonight.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm like, all right, are you boys ready for your shoot off now? Got the bottles.
Round 2.
Round 2. All right. I'm gonna count up. 1, 2, 3. Throws the bottle. It is a 17 dexterity.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Nice.
You get advantage plus a D4.
Nice. Yeah, I guess I do have advantage.
Yeah. Crit it.
Crit.
Oh,
crit.
so
I got the exact same roll.
yeah.
All right. Impressive. Skill
right.
recognizes skill. That was a good shot.
Thank
All
you.
right, are
These
you-
wine bottles are actually easier to hit.
All right, are you ready, sir? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All
Let her
right.
rip.
1, 2, 3. Throws up the bottle. Oh, another 17 on the dice. Ooh.
And he blasts it. All right, well, we're even. Said 2 out of 3, so we're tied here. I got to get at least one more on you,
All
little
right.
fella.
You
Wow.
talking to me?
Yeah. You gonna throw the next one?
Oh, I want to throw it at him now. Little
Raven's,
fella.
Raven's still giving Abraham the help action.
All right.
Oh, I'll throw the bottle. You just wait.
I'm sorry, I meant no disrespect. He sweeps his hat off and gives you like a deep bow.
Arf turns around and he looks at Aram and goes, "Are you ready? You better kick his ass."
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Counting up. 1, 2, 3.
Very nice.
I got a 16.
And I got
Yours are on the way.
They're processing. But you also get a D4. Don't forget, because you're blessed.
Oh, his rolled up here where it says
Oh.
Eldritch Blast. It's a 23, so you got it.
Nice.
very
All right. Assuming I hit this one and we tie, let's make it a little more interesting. I'm sorry, Mr. Sealfolk. How would you like to be addressed?
You can just call me Arf.
Arf, then. All right. Go ahead and throw one for me, and let's make sure we're on the same page here.
On the same page. What? I've been throwing them for you.
No, I mean that Abraham doesn't win this round.
Oh. We're not on different pages. We're reading different books, sir.
Not sure what that means. Just throw a bottle, please, if you
All
don't
right.
mind.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
got it.
Oh!
Oh, he still got it
still
though.
hits.
Yeah,
Just barely.
yeah. It like clips. It doesn't completely shatter, but he still gets it. All right. What do you say, Abraham? How many of those beams can you throw off at once?
2.
Uh,
Maybe more. I haven't tried.
Arf, you wanna throw 2 bottles at once for each of us?
2 for 1. All right, let's do it.
Abraham, if you hit both of these, and I hit only one, that counts as you winning. Vice versa. Winning the round, not winning the overall contest.
All right.
All right. You boys ready?
I think so.
Raven's giving the help action. Plus, you're blessed.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna roll with advantage. Then we just add 4 to either.
Yeah,
of these,
sounds good.
1, 2, 3. No
9
way.
and 12.
Oh, 9 and 12. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
they're the same.
I rolled like shit.
You hit them both. Wait.
No,
what are
well,
your
D4,
rolls?
D4.
11?
And one of those should be with advantage.
I got a 2.
I think you do hit them both. 3 plus 7 is 10.
Plus 2.
Yeah, it's 12. Yeah, you hit them both.
Whew.
Pretty impressive there. All right.
Good job, buddy.
When
All
you're
right,
ready,
all right.
officer.
Oh, I'm ready. Arf's got the bottles. He kind of like clinks them together a little bit. Clink, 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 clink. I was all right. I didn't do nothing. You can check them if you want. And then, all right. 1, 2, 3. He throws them both up.
Mm-hmm. 11 and 12.
Mhm.
Ooh, he misses one. And he hits the other. Well, bastard. All right. Well, you win that round. 1-1. I think we could keep doing this all day. What do you say we just cut it at 50-50?
Yeah, I think you're pretty capable. I feel like we're paying for some quality crew here. The ship is ours. And if we have a good working relationship, maybe we can work out some sort of charter situation where we get 10% of your piracy funds.
Let's see how this first trip goes. I think we can work something out. Assuming we're all still on good terms when we reach Shikyodai.
Yeah, I think we're
Otherwise-
gonna be
Yeah,
friends.
I think
best
so.
friends.
Best
Are we now
friends.
best
That's
friends?
right. That's right.
Okay.
We'll
I trust you. I don't not trust you. Insight check.
we'll take you straight there. We'll split any loot 50-50 from piracy. The boat's yours. He seems trustworthy.
Okay.
Trustworthy pirate.
Yeah, I mean, right, he's a pirate, like, he'll steal stuff, but he's honorable. He's a gentleman, kind of the same way, like, Abraham is, right? Like, Abraham isn't safe, but Abraham is trustworthy. Says if Abraham says he's going to destroy an island, better believe he's going to destroy an island.
Yeah, you really ought to probably worry about that if he says he could, because he could. I don't
But
like to
did he?
bluff.
But did you destroy an island?
No, not yet.
It's on his bucket list.
It is.
Maybe one day, if I'm lucky.
Well, are there any matters that you all would like to attend to before getting your boat squared away and getting the crew in order?
We should probably go buy a boat. Do you want? Hey, Pete. Do you mind if I call you Pete, or is it like Mr. Six Shooter?
Pete, Captain Pete, actually.
Captain Pete, do you want to help us pick out a boat?
I'd love nothing more.
Yes, we could use a consultant.
Well, that I can certainly do. What kinds of boats are you looking at here?
Here's the list. We've got several damaged ships after the last fight. The Stormbreaker's already been sold, but the rest of these are available. I like the sounds of the Undertaker.
That's the one that caught my eye as well, I gotta say.
You know,
Does not
you
have
do
functioning
a-
munitions or weapons, but it is fitted for them, so that's quite nice.
Oh,
you
well,
do
we're buying.
have 7 crewmen, you said?
7 total, including me, yes.
We could go with the battleship.
The Redwater has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
I like it. I like the sound of a battleship.
Which one do you think is going to be the fastest?
In my professional opinion, I would say either the Undertaker, we were talking about that one, or the Entrepreneur. Those are the two that I think are gonna do fastest, because you got to find the right proportion of number of sails and overall weight of the boat. I think those two are the ones to look at. Now, the Entrepreneur is a lot smaller. We could, between the 4 of you and the 7 of us, we make over half a fully functioning crew, so that could be beneficial. But I mean, it'll take a lot longer before we get like the Redwater up and running. But we do okay on the Undertaker, no doubt about it.
Well, that sounds like the option then. Strong yet fast.
All right, the Undertaker it is.
Okay, and do you think we need like cannons or like round, like ram? On here on the catalog it says I can get a ram.
Yeah, now you understand that's not like a goat. It's not like a friend for a raven.
Oh, I did kind of think it was like a ram, a goat ram.
No, it's like it's a hardened like wooden beam reinforced with metal that you stick on the end of your boat down near the water level, and you use it to ram into other boats, making them sink.
Do you think we need that?
It certainly wouldn't hurt, but I'd take a cannon over a ram if depending on what kind of funding we're working with at this juncture.
What about a ballista?
I'd take a ballista. A cannon packs more of a punch, but ballista will get the job done.
Okay, so 950. I'm doing math
That's
here.
the estimated cost. I'm gonna have to. That's just like what it was appraised at. But once you get in and you start digging around, the actual cost is going to change a little bit.
Does it have cannons?
Not currently. It's fitted for them, but it doesn't have any right now.
Shoot, we're gonna need some.
Yeah.
I would go in
Ellen-
on a cannon.
Ellen, even or odd?
Odd.
Odd. All right. So it is actually going to be a little bit cheaper than 950.
Nice.
I'd go in. I'd split a cost of a cannon with someone.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
for sure.
Oh God.
896 gold pieces.
896 divided by 4 is 224.
I'd wait to divide the cost until you figure out like all of the cannons and all of that as well. I mean, unless you all feel strongly about splitting it up some other way, I just give the grand total and then divide that by 4.
Okay.
Now, while the boat's being repaired, can Tor spelunk the oceans for cannons from the battles?
That's a great. I would love to do an entire episode of that, like an interlude. But for the sake of expedience, yeah, I think so. Roll me like. We're gonna say you're bloodied by the time you come up because there's still like ocean hydras and stuff down there. But you know, the usual. But roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Take some guide. Why don't you take some guidance?
Okay. And then that's a D4.
Yeah.
One.
17.
Impressive. You're able to find 4 cannons that are functional and will be manageable to like repair and put on the boat.
Damn.
Getting the like I guess blacksmith needed to hammer out the few wrinkles and stuff that and like clean off the inside so that it's like fully functional is going to run you a little bit, but it's not nearly going to be 750 per cannon.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice save, Tor.
Yeah. It is going to be
What does
150 per cannon. So 150
Oh.
times 4 is 600 for 4 cannons instead of 750 for 1.
600 cannons. That's a pretty good deal.
Mhm.
Okay, 600 for the cannons, and how many cannonballs are we buying? Do you get more than 10 this time?
I would always recommend sailing with at least 20 per cannon, but I'm not the one paying for the boat. I'm not the one who owns the boat. That's just my professional opinion.
Okay. So that's going to be 20 times 4 times 2. Hold on,
I'd
I'm
say
doing
at
math.
least 80, but the more the better, as long as you
80.
don't sink the ship.
20 equals. Okay, that's 160 in cannons if we get 80 cannons.
Cannonballs. 80 cannons,
Cannonballs.
mighty big ordeal.
So far that is 896 plus 160. So that's 1656. If we divide that by 4 is 414. Okay, so we could still get a ram and potions and the like and still have some gold in our pockets.
Nice. Yeah, certainly
Yeah.
feel free to do so. As you are figuring out these expenses, Guthrie scurries off to go gather the rest of the crew. How soon you looking to set sail? You want to do that by this evening? If we hit low tide, I think we can get out of here.
Literally as soon as possible.
It's gonna be rough with the hurricane, so you understand that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Have you been on a boat before?
No, never. I've read books about. I've seen boats.
Right. All right. Okay. Great.
Unless you think we should wait because we just gotta get a Shigeode as soon as possible. We'll tell you on the way why.
Very well. What's your name, little lady?
Penelope Whitlock.
That's right. Forgive me. You told me that already.
Yeah.
Penelope, I would just recommend that you bring a bucket with you.
What's the bucket for?
Your vomit.
Maybe we should wait till the morning.
If we're concerned about that, we're gonna wait until the end of this hurricane. This hurricane season, even.
Well, maybe
Well,
maybe I can throw up a little bit.
We
I'll
don't
just
have
cure wounds
time.
myself.
To wait that long.
All right. Well, cure wounds it is, or maybe get some tea that'll settle your stomach, something like that, before we set out.
Yeah. So we are getting provision. We need provisions, right?
We would need that.
Okay. How much for some? We want basic, or do we want better than basic provisions?
I mean, I like better
You're looking
than
at
basic.
3 weeks of travel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Technically, I
You're looking
don't
at a whole
need-
month of travel.
Yeah. And I don't think anyone can create food and water, right? That was just the last party that had all that fun stuff.
I think this party is a little more strapped for that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Abraham does not have any abilities that I know of that make it to where I need to, that I can grow food, but
I can do spike growth.
You could eat the spike growth.
if we bring like a bucket and some seeds, I could cast plant growth on it.
I mean, I can purify food and drink, but
I can do that too, but would that just turn water into salt water into regular water?
Yeah, so you're good on water at least.
Yeah. Oh man, my hiccups are back. They have had hiccups all day. And I was like, oh no, I hope I don't have hiccups for podcast tonight because everyone's going to
They
make fun of
found
me.
you.
They found me.
I was listening to an old episode and you had the hiccups. Yeah, plant growth is certainly a good option. Otherwise, you can just buy normal rations out of the player handbook.
Yeah. We should probably get some rations and booze like we did with the last one.
Looking for
Should
a
use some
month's
sort of spell to travel us.
worth of rations for 11 people is 33. That's only 40 gold pieces.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Is that basic or is that better than basic?
That's basic. We'll say 60 if you want better than basic.
Should we say 60 better than basic? Okay.
sure.
And then I personally am gonna want that potion of water breathing.
Makes sense.
At least 2 of them.
Good thinking.
You don't want to drown?
No, not really. So 180 for a
You can
potion
always
of
put the
water
bag
breathing.
back on your head.
No, thank you.
So, shared expenses all squared away. What was that number you said earlier, Ellen?
Now I have to add it. So
456.
it was 456 plus the provisions. Plus, do we want anything else off this potions list?
I figured you do potions individually.
Okay.
But so
160
456 plus
plus
15 for the
60
rations is
Is
469. Nice. So 469 gold pieces each, and then whatever you want for your own potions.
I'm getting 429. I don't know if I'm doing my math right though.
Mine was 428.5.
Okay. Give me a second here. I don't want to be... I'm not role-playing a shady merchant right now.
So I'm getting 1,716 for the total. So 896 for the boat, 600 for the cannons, 160 for the cannonballs, $60 for provisions.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I went wrong, but 429 is correct.
Cool. Whew.
All right, supplies are gathered, and any potions and stuff for the next, hour of real lifetime. Any extra potions that you want to buy with your own money, that's fine.
Okay.
We'll just do that kind of while we're continuing to progress the story forward.
Okay.
So you've gathered your provisions. You've repaired the boat. The repairs to the boat took most of the rest of the day, which gave Guthrie time to go and gather the rest of the crew. And now it's a little bit past dinner time, and you've said goodbye to Isaac, to Sapphire, to your other allies in Kokaris, and it is time to set sail. The water is rough. The crew that Pete Six Shoot surrounds himself with is equally rough, equally abrasive. He has... let me drag them out onto the map here so you can see them. Actually, no, there we go. So you're on the boat, and you witness all of these rough and tumble types make their way onto the boat. So obviously there's Pete Six Shoot himself. There's his mate Guthrie, who you met earlier. There are a couple. There's a duelist, your kind of typical swashbuckler. There's some. She looks Taiwanese, like some kind of martial artist. So she might be able to teach you a thing or two if you want to learn some unarmed combat. She is shorter than you, Penelope, but around Arf's height, I guess. Arf is shorter than Penelope, I think, right?
No, Penelope's shorter than Arf was what we've learned.
Okay. So she's around Penelope's height then, a little shorter than Arf. Let's see. There's a Storm Genasi who functions kind of like Jack Rackman, right? Like she's able to manipulate the wind and calm down the storm a little bit, make the effects a little bit less difficult, and speed up your travel time a little bit, the same way Jack was able to. Let's see. Yeah, and then there's a couple bruisers that obviously, they do know their way around a ship, no doubt, but their primary purpose is just intimidation and plundering when needed. So there's this big turtle who has these huge spiky shields, and there is a vicious looking shark folk. So that's the crew you've surrounded yourself with.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now on your voyage, the first night is pretty rough. You're able to make it through without too much trouble, I'm sure. Actually, do you want to make a con save, Penelope?
Do I get advantage?
I don't see why you would.
I have a bucket.
No.
Okay.
The bucket is in case you fail. Yeah, that's gonna be a fail.
I'm just throwing up. I had a plan where I was going to be slowly healing everyone's sanity over time with my magic item, but I'm just throwing up.
Yeah, it's only the first night. You will find your sea legs, but the first night is really rough. Captain Pete warns that there is going to be rougher weather ahead. This is hurricane season. You're sailing across the equator. It's going to be a rough ride. But dawn, such as it is, comes. It's just a lightning from dark storm clouds to slightly lighter storm clouds to kind of a gray. It's time to, I guess, break everyone's fast. And actually, Arf would probably make this discovery. Like the hold of your ship is pretty well stocked with some wines and whiskeys from Taiyang. This is a Taiyangese warship converted to fit all of your needs. But yeah, it's got a fairly nice wine cellar.
Of course, Arf would notice that.
You might be muted, Alex.
Can I make a sleight of hand check to see how many whiskey bottles I can take without anyone noticing?
You're alone in the cellar, and it's your boat, so I don't think that's completely necessary.
Can I roll a d20 to see how many whiskey bottles I take?
Dang.
Sure.
Can't you just take all of them?
The question is, like, where are you taking them?
They're for me. These are mine.
This is where you would store them.
Well, I want them for me.
Okay.
I rolled a d20. I got 9.
I mean, yeah, you've got 9 whiskey bottles gathered up in your arms.
I have 11 bottles of whiskey.
Yeah, you start to take a step back, and you bump into a barrel of ostensibly of apples. But when the barrel falls over, it's got this like kind of empty thump. You don't hear much of anything jostling around, but you do hear some kind of tumble. Just it doesn't sound like that's actually a barrel full of apples.
That was, I was gonna chop up some of those apples and put them in some of this whiskey and have some whiskey apples. That was kind of weird. I'll begrudgingly put down the bottles of whiskey, and he's gonna kind of be like, "What?" Kind of grab the barrel, and am I able to like lift it up at all, or like move it around?
Yeah. I mean, it's it's heavy. It's a wooden barrel, but you can set it back upright easily, or you could peel the lid off. Again, it's labeled apples, but definitely not the right like noise when you jostle it.
Yeah, I'll kind of like prop it back up, like, oh boy, get it back a little thump. Then I'll take the lid off and be like, what is this?
Inside, you do not see apples. Maggie, hello.
Oi. Hello.
What does Arf find?
Arf finds a little fairy bruiser by the name of Finn, who had stowed away in this barrel while trying to hide from some baddies that she was in a bar brawl with the evening before, and fell asleep and found herself here.
An unintentional stowaway.
Yeah.
Well, you're not apples.
Well, you're not who I expected, I hope. You one of the LeBeau boys?
Boat boy. Why does everyone keep... Who? Do you know these guys? Why do they keep talking to me like this?
Couldn't tell you, friend. Listen, I don't know what you were doing in here. You don't know what I'm doing here, but if you want to maybe keep that on the quieter side, I'd very much appreciate it. And she kind of peeks around and say, yeah, won't tell anybody about the 12 bottles that you took.
Well, first of all, it's not 12, it's 9.
It could be if you wanted an extra set of hands.
Well, see, I like the way you think now. Now we got something going. All right here, nice to meet you. Name is Arf.
and they call me Finn.
All right, Finn. Well, let's we can keep this between Wait, this is my shit. I can take all the whiskey I want to.
You really could. Oh, this is your ship. We're on a ship. Oh, that's why I felt so sick when I woke up earlier. Okay. There's a lot. Where are we going on the ship?
Well, we're going somewhere that you're going with us now, I guess. And I'm gonna open the door.
Royal wing here.
I'm gonna open the door and be like, hey, fellas.
No, do you want help with the bottles or no?
No, we're on. This is my ship. We got different rules now. Come on. I'm gonna grab Finn and we're gonna make our way out of the cellar.
Listen, I'm a little bit. Be nice.
All right, yeah, you are a little bit. Come on, let's go. It's just pulling Finn along. All right, let's go. You gotta meet the boys.
And girl.
Boys.
And girl.
As you bring Finn up, we will deal with the fallout after the break or next week if you're listening. For those of us who are listening in podcast form instead of watching on a live stream, Maggie, can you just kind of paint a picture of Finn for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, she is a fairy. She's about 2 feet tall, sort of has lavender skin and maybe a couple of shades darker purple hair, and really by nature should be a very, very pretty creature, but she has done herself up with war paint and wears studded leather armor and is just a bruiser. And she has these almost kind of purple bat wings that have clearly been clipped at one point in her life. And they're still functional, but it's uncomfortable for her. You can always tell when she takes off that it's not fun to fly. But yeah, she's just a little toughie and she's ready to party.
Amazing. Thank you.
And who are you, Maggie?
Oh, me? Little old me? My name is Maggie Borden. I have been with the Homebrew Network for a hot minute now. I was on World Weavers and a little show called RPGU with my girl Ellen here, and super excited to be joining Sanity Damage. Outside of this, I'm actor, voice actor, comedian, and cat mom all around.
Very nice.
Awesome. Well, we are excited to have you. We are going to take our midway break now, so we'll come back at, let's see, we'll say 8:55, a little over 10 minutes, so take a minute, stretch your legs, whatever you need to do. Audience, we will see you soon. Podcast listeners, we will see you next week. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are back for part 2 of episode 73, and we just found a stowaway. So we're going to pick up right where that was. Arf was dragging Finn up on deck to meet everyone else.
What?
Yeah, I don't know who we found a stowaway is. You're coming with me.
I could have helped you. And this is how you're gonna. Ridiculous.
You still can help me. You can help these other guys too, and this girl. Oh, they're gonna be so excited to meet you. I can't. How did you get on here? How long have you been on this ship? What were you doing here?
Like I said, I was in a barrel. I got into a barrel after being in a fight because I was trying to hide for the guy, and I fell asleep in the barrel like you do. And then when I woke up, I could tell there was some sloshing about. So I figured, okay, I'm either in a boat or the barrel's being rolled. I'm just gonna be really, really still. And the next thing I know, you're opening the barrel, and here we are.
Well, first of all, I've never fallen asleep in a barrel before, so I don't know what you mean by as you do. That's a first.
You're not living, mate. You're not living. You gotta expand your horizons.
Arf. I'm still really, really nauseous. Who is this?
She does not look good.
No, I'm fine. I'll cure wounds myself. Who are you?
Oh, they call me Finn. Hello, pleasure. Who are any of you? Never seen a crew that looked like this. This is your crew. These are the people on your boat, Mr. Stealing from the cellar.
I can't steal from my own boat.
I would wonder if your crewmates would beg to differ.
No, he's right. We own this boat. Oh God.
I'm not gonna even lie right now. I realize I'm probably in some sort of captivity, but I'm genuinely concerned about her. And there's nobody. Okay. Oh, all right.
I'll be fine. I'm just getting my sea legs or whatever the pirate cowboys said.
Yeah, that's what sea legs, not
She's
sail
never
legs.
been on a boat before, has she? This is the first time for her, yeah.
I've read books about being on a boat.
Oh,
First time, yeah.
it's very different.
Yeah.
It's yeah. So, who's the captain?
Oh, well, that's.
You got a boat, you have to have a captain.
I mean, like.
Have any of you ever been on a boat before? I'm getting very concerned for my safety and well-being now as a stowaway, which is kind of the opposite of how that usually. You guys should be afraid of me. You don't know who I am, what I could do, or.
Well, I mean, we're not afraid of you because you're on our. You're on our territory right now. This is our boat, and we outnumber you a little bit.
A little bit, but you also don't even know who your captain is.
Oh, his name is Pete. Captain Pete. He's cool. I like him.
Captain Pete.
He has a gun. He has a big old gun.
What? Wait, Captain Pete, the one that's kind of talks like this. That Captain Pete.
Yeah, that's a really good impression of him. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah, my old Captain Pop. He used to tell me stories about old Captain Pete. Oh, this is great. Okay. So, what else is going on here? I'm again was just in a barrel. I didn't even know I was on a boat until about maybe an afternoon ago.
Well, Captain Pete's probably not the one you really need to talk to because it's our boat and he's just a contract captain.
Oh, my apologies.
What all's going on down there? Looks like the stairway into the hold's pretty clogged up. Y'all, whatever conversation you're having, move it over to the railing so my crew can get in and out pretty easily. Captain Pete is calling all of this from where he is manning the ship wheel.
I see. So,
Hey. Who are you? Thought there was only four of you plus the pets on this crew.
Yeah, Captain Pete, what do we do with the stowaway?
Hello.
Typically, they walk the plank.
Oh,
Well,
I mean,
that's a bit
they have-
extreme, Pete.
they have wings though, so I don't think that is gonna be, oh god, the most effective here.
Well, they can fly off the plank then. Kokaris is oh gosh, map coordinates. It's a day back that way. You can start flying, and Godspeed to you and your little wings.
Well, listen, I'm not looking necessarily to cause any trouble. Maybe I could be of some help to you. Where are you headed?
Shikyodai, post haste.
Okay. I've heard of that. I've heard of that. I could maybe be of some service if you just, don't leave me to the wilds. I might have wings, but they're not the strongest, so I prefer to keep the feet on the deck, if you understand.
There's also a pretty stiff wind from the hurricane clouds, from the rainstorm that's pummeling you. The Storm Genasi, who's part of the crew, she's doing a reasonably good job of lessening the worst effects of it and keeping the ship pointed where your compasses and astrolabes are indicating the correct direction to get to Shikyodai. But yeah, it's still a pretty rough ride right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, so let me stick with you for a bit and could be of help. I grew up on boats. You'd be amazed. I could do a million things on here that could be helpful.
What is your area of expertise? I can do this, and she'd Sacred Flames something.
I mean, I can do it. I can fight, and I can pretty much do anything that needs being done on a boat. She pulls out her pistol and from across the room manages to shoot something that tinks off of a pin on a desk or something. Really,
not bad.
I got pretty good aim. Like I said, I can fly. I don't really like to, but I can if you need me to, make any repairs or do anything. Listen, it's storming. Don't make me go out there right now, at least. Give me a chance.
And you're really small, right?
Yeah. Just 2 feet tall. Petite.
Well, I don't think they'll eat much.
Nah. Small mouth, small teeth, don't eat much.
Don't eat much.
Oh no, I'm having the same issue where everything is gibberish because I'm speaking Celestial, apparently.
Set your language to common.
I can't because I chose Trade Speak instead of Common.
I appreciate the effort to be immersed.
Yeah, I was trying to be immersive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add it right now.
I don't know.
Well, I suppose. I mean, you're pretty small. You're not going to eat as much as the big fellas.
Yeah. Come on, Captain Pete. Have you ever heard of Captain Pop? Because he's heard of you. I heard stories about you two going way back. He was my old captain. Captain Pop.
Pop?
Yeah.
No. Sorry, I can't say I've ever had the pleasure.
Oh, okay. I'll see how it is. He said that you were pretty rude, so this doesn't surprise me a bit.
Excuse? I am nothing if
No,
not
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I was just trying to make pleasantries. That's how I was raised. I don't know about you, but
I don't think I've done anything unpleasant. But the way you're talking back to the captain, I'm not too convinced that you actually can be of help on this boat. Abraham, as spokesman for the owners of the boat.
Wait. Why is he a spokesman? He has a gross hand.
Well, I mean, I did a lot of the talking.
It's true.
Abraham and I are the ones who shook on it, but please, any of you feel free to chime in. I shouldn't have assumed. I apologize, Penelope.
Thank you.
So,
I'll do whatever Abraham says.
new friend, where do you come from? But prior to being in a barrel, are you from Cliffs Bay?
Well, no, I'm originally from Arrowhove, but I haven't been there in a very, very long time. I got picked up when I was a little kid, and Captain Pop took care of me, and his crew kind of raised me, and learned everything I did from them. Really, you never heard from them. That's amazing to me, because he told me stories about you, made it seem like he actually knew you. It's fascinating.
Must be a good storyteller then. I do hope I get to meet him at some point.
That he was. That's very true. Yes. But anyway, he kind of got a chance to stretch my legs a little bit, and so I was, at the port, and got into a bit of a scuffle, and that's how I found myself in that barrel.
Did you survive the Mind Flayer attacks?
I mean, I can't. If I'm being perfectly honest, I was very, very drunk when I got in that barrel. I'm not certain how long I was in that barrel for, so I suppose.
Wow.
I'm a very resilient creature, you see.
Well, I say we give him a shot. The other team has that little fairy Gaily and the Corgi, that you can be like our little fairy creature.
I quite literally am, so yeah, I'd be happy to do that. Now, I'm not a pet. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not a pet.
Not a pet. Not a pet.
All right.
Yeah, we have...
I like to clarify that because there's been some confusion before.
Yeah.
So.
No, we already have plenty of pets. I wouldn't want to add another pet to the dynamic, anyways.
Gotcha.
Raven's kind of spoiled. Yeah, Raven's gonna fly on in and land on Penelope's shoulders.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's head up around.
That's beautiful.
I was really hoping that before we left, I could talk that big hippo guy Griff into joining our team, but he's pretty dedicated to the Navy. I had a pact with him. Maybe you would be interested in a pact?
No, don't do it. He's gonna try to give you a gross hand.
I don't like the sound of any part of that necessarily. I was intrigued a little bit, but then she said gross hand, and that didn't sound.
I don't have to use the gross hand.
Why is the gross hand an option even then?
Well, it's more powerful that way.
Oh, okay. I still don't know that I like that, but I understand, I think.
So, I have a pact that we could both sign, and then I think that would be, yes, I'd be willing to work with you if you were willing to do that.
I'm a little skeptical. I'm a little nervous. She just met all these people and then kind of got her cornered here.
Well, you can sign a pact, or you could fly back to shore.
Wait, why are we subjecting her to the gross hand? She just got here.
He said it didn't have to be the gross hand.
Someone want to maybe just explain what the pack entails and the gross hands part in it, and maybe then I can decide if I want to be any part of it.
For sure. You see, I will draw this symbol on your forehead in blood. And then you will gain some powers, and I'll gain some powers, and we'll be under an agreement. Under the watchful eye of my protector, of course.
Finn's gonna look around a little bit. She's gonna lock eyes with Penny. Just, oi, sick girl. Are you
Penny's just shaking her head.
No. It's a hard no for her. It's just the gross part of the blood because it's not that gross.
No, like, Abraham, show her your gross hand.
Well, I don't really like to just pull it out unless I have to.
Do it.
Yeah, okay, here.
Oh, yeah, I want to see it now.
Here, I take my gloves off. Here, you know, you might as well understand. Here's my gross hand, as they like to call it.
Oh.
This is actually the hand of a very, very powerful being, and I don't think they very much appreciate when you call it gross. It is, to understand the nature of it is kind of gross, but it's not
Really?
much
Yeah, but it's
grosser
all like
things.
shriveled and it's like gray and like kind of looks like a mummy hand.
Yeah, I kind of need to trim the fingernails on it, don't I? But
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Interesting. Interesting.
I wear when you wear gloves a lot, it's kind of hard to keep track of.
Could the pact be maybe like a tentative plan? Maybe that's part and part with me sort of proving myself a little bit. Like I'm intrigued, but I'm also a little concerned at how much our sick girl over here tells me I should not do this.
She doesn't
feel-
know what she's talking about.
And then Penny's just throwing up in the bucket in the corner.
She is very sick. that is fair. All right, I'll bite. Finn's gonna.
Arf's gonna move to the other side of the table and just kind of be
Oh,
behind
God.
him and just be shaking his head, just like no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Arf's
It's
just
a
like,
pretty good deal. So yeah, Abraham is offering the Pact of the Talisman.
Okay.
You would get a D4 on, any roll that, like an ability check.
Mm-hmm.
If you fail it, you can add a D4.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a permanent bless.
Mhm.
Doesn't work on
Okay.
attacks.
And it maxes out at 4 times each day, right? That's your
Yeah.
proficiency bonus
Yeah.
right now.
Gotcha.
But it is like a thing you would just always have.
Sure.
And if you take melee damage, there would be a big, massive, explosion that would hurt the attacker and push them away from you.
Interesting. Yeah, why not? Sounds.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Why not? It's really beneficial.
Why not?
A
I'm
lot of my
on an
team is a bunch of
adventure.
fucking cowards.
Okay, first step is accepting a pact. Next step is gross hand. The nuns taught me just to say no to pacts.
Oh, you kind of under your own little pact and spelled in, aren't you there, love? I understand.
Yes. See,
Kinda.
now you are understanding.
Yeah, I get it.
She knows not what she's talking about.
I know enough. Blah.
All right. Well, I say they're in.
I like this fellow. I'm gonna stick with him.
now, what this means is we gotta find some more food. We can make it to a set of generally uninhabited islands, stop over for a day and try to find some food. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do some fishing, or if, find like a dolphin or a whale or something.
What if I just gave them my rations?
Well, wouldn't we still need something for you?
No, I don't eat.
Oh, well, problem solved. I'll mind my own business.
Abraham, you eat. I've seen you eat brunch at one of the brunch buffets that we've had.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to. Not for my new pact, buddy.
I like that, pack buddy. What also, while we're here, what's a brunch? I don't know.
It's like between breakfast and lunch, there's usually like orange juice and pastries, but also like
Yeah,
lunch
there's a-
That
I
sounds
made sure
very
there's a bunch of
fancy.
champagne for mimosas,
Oh.
so we don't get scurvy.
Yeah, we had a funeral, and we had a brunch at the funeral.
Gotta mind the scurvy. I understand that. Wow, very fancy.
Mimosas.
I found myself on a very fancy lot. All right.
Yeah, Yeah, but we do find ourselves in the middle of a hurricane, and we're heading towards Mind Flayer infested.
That we do.
Oh
That
yeah,
we
by the
are.
way,
Interesting.
are you okay to fight mind flares?
You are now.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to be, aren't I?
Yes. I like that attitude.
Yeah,
Well,
speaking
alright,
of heading
well.
into a hurricane, the boat is beginning to rock more and more violently. So as you would all feel that, I imagine you would make your way to the deck
Oh jeez.
where, yeah, there's a terrible storm going on. I am even with the Genasi's best efforts, I'm gonna need each of you to make some kind of skill check to contribute to the team's overall ability to steer this vessel.
Okay, can it be an insight check?
Try to sell me on insight. I'm almost gonna say no, but I'll give you a chance to make your case.
To kind of based on like the books I've read, maybe about some storms, maybe try to predict the weather pattern or and see if we can kind of get into like the eye of the hurricane.
I would give that to you for history, not for insight.
Never mind.
Would like
Maybe
a survival?
insight could be like, she sees like a rope like swirling around. It's like, oh, obviously I need to tie that off.
Yeah, I don't think insight's gonna work here. That's more interpersonal. Survival would work.
What about
Okay.
sleight of hand? I'm gonna try to like guide her hand to make sure she doesn't slip.
Sleight of hand will work.
Okay.
Guide whose hand though? I don't see how that helps steer a ship.
Sleight of hand with like maybe some rope tying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tie some rope.
Okay.
So would that survival be with advantage or no?
No, just normal.
Okay.
But you do
cool,
get to
cool,
add a
just-
D4 to it now.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
okay.
so desire.
It's a 17 for Miss Penny.
Very nice.
So would I just make a water vehicle check? Like,
Absolutely.
That work.
Water
So-
vehicle check I'll give to you for advantage because that's like exactly what that is.
sweet.
Some
Is it a 9 total for you, Maggie?
yes, sorry. I was trying to not overstep that roll. But yes, 9 total for
Oh, okay.
survival.
Perfect. Arf and
Man.
Abraham, how would you contribute?
Yeah, I'm
Nice
looking
roll,
through
by
all
the
my
way, Tor.
spells, trying to be like, oh, which one of these would help? Nothing helps. I'll tell you that. I'm looking at my skills. Nothing's helping. The only thing that I will say is that you did say maybe I could roll history to see if I've read a book or some shit.
Yeah.
Because that's like, my
Disadvantage
only
though, because
skill.
it's kind of it's a stretch, but you can do history with disadvantage.
Okay, because what do you think is gonna work better? Intimidation? Can I scare someone on the boat?
No.
Work harder.
No.
Set
So
over by fear.
Intimidate the storm.
That's what Jack would do.
Right.
Good old Jack.
All right. You said with disadvantage. Let's go for it. I'll do it. There was a crit in there too.
There was a grit in there.
But I
sad
got
to
a
waste a
13.
crit, yeah.
Could I do like perception to see what like could, if like there's someone that could use some help that would be like, if there's someone that's like doing a 2-person job with 1 person, like if I can find kind of like use perception to see like, okay, this person would need the most help, so I'm gonna hop on with them and like, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
for-
a good,
you can do
That's
perception.
almost a good argument for insight.
Yeah, I was about to say that's almost an insight.
Fair.
Perception's
why did
better.
I think of
Perception's
that?
better. Let me do perception.
I don't know.
You can I'll allow perception for that.
Okay. 14.
Alright.
Yeah, Abraham's just standing on deck being like, huh, they didn't really cover this much in Dobie Mick.
Yeah, it doesn't really come up. It's more about the internal like duality of love and hate than it is about actually sailing a boat.
See, that would be an insight check.
The inner duality of love and hate.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes, that would be an insight check.
It just became a philosophy class, friends.
Right. Okay, so you, as players may or may not remember, as viewers may or may not remember, but we did this same exact skill check several months ago in real time, as the other party was heading through the same storm.
Wow.
It was mitigated dramatically by Jack's storm manipulation ability. And I mitigated it by almost that same amount from your Genasi crew member. The hull of your boat takes 25 damage out of somewhere around 400. I don't have its stats directly on hand, but I will by the time it is relevant.
That's like
So-
1/16 of its life bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly could have been a lot worse, right? If you guys hadn't stepped in, it would have been like a quarter of its life bar.
True, true.
We are sailing in a hurricane.
Yeah.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
Mm-hmm. And that just represents the battering that it sustains over like the next day and a half. So you can all, I mean, Arf can drink plenty. All of you can spend time getting to know one another, getting to know Finn a little bit more if you wish. Otherwise, you're just kind of constantly on call to go up and tie some ropes down and manipulate the sails in such a way that they catch wind without just like completely getting shredded. Bailing
how
out
many
water
days?
when needed.
How many days?
A day and a half.
Okay,
You've
I'm
been
gonna roll.
on sea for 2 days.
I'm gonna roll another charge for my magic item then.
Okay.
Ooh, 2 charges. Okay, and then I'm
Nice.
gonna roll. I'm gonna heal some sanity.
Good stuff. Yeah, any bookkeeping like that you want to do, feel free. Anything else that you all are talking about or doing over the course of the day, like between the intense parts of the hurricane when there's like just choppy water but not brutal water?
Penelope is going to. Who's on the crew again? We have. I didn't write their names down.
Yeah, I don't
know
think
we
I
have
gave their
Pete.
names.
You described them, but I don't remember names.
Right.
Yeah.
You have.
Guthrie.
Yeah. Okay. So Guthrie. Pete Six Shoot, obviously, Captain Pete. Rin is the name of the martial artist. Jack or Jacqueline is the name of the duelist, like the swashbuckler. You've got Gilbert, the shark folk, Bud, the turtle, and Stormy, the storm genasi.
Okay. Bud.
Bud.
But
This is Bud.
I love Bud.
Hi,
Yeah.
bud.
Hi,
He's just
Bud.
seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to hang out with Bud.
I
Real
trust
salt of
him.
the earth, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of them are happy to hang out, but obviously they're paying attention to the boat. They are they're a rowdy lot, but they're down for a good time. They also seem professional because as soon as like weather gets rough or the ship starts getting kind of out of control, they snap into high gear. They know how to run this vessel. They know how to work together as a team.
And what is Captain Pete's how do I phrase this? What is his view on fraternizing with the crew?
Wow.
What's the fraternization policy?
That's
Well-
a rule on ships? What kind of tyrant?
Captain Pete has not set out any rules about fraternizing. If that's something you want to ask him, we can actually like RP that conversation.
Nah. I want to kind of check out
Better to
Rin.
just ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Yeah,
you
Abraham
go.
gets it. I want to see what Rin is up to, and maybe she can teach me how to throw a punch or two.
Absolutely. Let me. Yeah, that's the whole crew there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Between storm bouts, Rin will absolutely set you up. All right, dear. The very first thing that we're going to have to do is get you to work on your sea legs. So, just practice standing, and
Okay.
don't sway against the boat. Sway with the boat. No. With
Like
with
this?
the boat.
What about this way? Like this? Should I have like a stance? Should like my legs be apart?
Slightly apart, bend at the knees, and as you feel the boat kind of move with it, a little too much, and yeah, she'll
Okay.
just kind of walk you through that.
Yeah. Penny just squats.
We will get to throwing punches, blocking punches, but especially if you're going to be doing this on a boat, you've got to find your stance first. Find your sea legs. So let's work on this. And yeah, over the course of a couple days, she'll coach you there. The rest of you, anything particular? Any pursuits?
Myrrh kind of keeps making funny faces at Finn, and so after the first, sea episode of the storm is going to pick up Finn, understanding what Myrrh wants, and toss the fairy into a bucket of water with a bar of soap because she smells right.
What? Well, okay, you could have asked. You could have warned me. This is very cold.
Myrrh's just gonna snort, and they're gonna walk out of the room.
You smelled quite ripe.
Next time, just say something. You can just
I
say
did.
something. Oh,
Just now.
what? Okay.
Welcome to the crew.
Love it.
You said you had no memory of the mind flare, so I imagine that was quite a binge, sleeping it off in a barrel.
It was probably like a month or 2 months.
Or, I mean, the other option is she somehow got through the blockade in the past couple days, especially since the Taiwanese were in retreat. So
Oh, that's true.
yeah.
Still,
Abraham, I
hungover in a
think
barrel does not sound like a good condition for body sweat. And stuff.
certainly. Abraham, I believe, has Zachariah's spell book, so I'm sure you can still be playing that for secrets.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely want to be doing that. I don't really have any, way to help the boat go faster. I've been trying to rack my brain on it, what could I do? But I'm just I really can't. So I might as well be cracking into that, seeing if there's anything I can really find out in there. I do have this big giant bug eye in a jar full of formaldehyde.
Oh
that
yeah.
I've been thinking about installing.
When you say installing,
Installing into me. I want to put a big giant bug eye onto me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Huh.
But maybe something in Zachariah's book will call out to me first before I start digging into my own flesh.
Okay, sure. Well, I mean, as his spellbook goes, it's just your typical array of wizard spells, but certainly focused on the necromancy school of magic. So you can, essentially, I'll give you a little list of spell scrolls that you can cast one time, or if you want to spend a longer time, I would let you take magic item points to dedicate to learning those spells.
All right. Yeah, we'll just start off with some basic research.
Perfect. Anything from Arf?
Yeah, anytime the ship is kind of there's a little like it's getting rockier, kind of wavy, or we're hitting some rough weather. He's gonna kind of be like, "Oh, geez, it's just sending all the food everywhere. Rations are going all over the place. He's gonna kind of put everything back into place, make his way into the cellar, and can I make a sleight of hand check to see how many bottles of whiskey I can get when I'm doing that?
You can drink yourself into a stupor.
Yes. Okay.
You can hide enough whiskey to drink yourself into a stupor at any point.
I will grab those 9 that I originally had, and I'm like stashing these away too for me. I'm putting these in like a little hiding spot that I'm creating or finding just for me.
Yeah. A little
All right.
divot in the woodwork.
Yeah. He found like a board that kind of like peels back, and he's just like putting them in there.
How many bottles of whiskey does Arf have?
Now 11.
Yeah. What is he planning on doing with them?
Do not worry.
Now I'm worried. I thought he was just planning
worried.
on drinking them. What is Alex up to here?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Best kind of plan.
I'm just going with it.
You're just hoarding. You're just okay.
I'll figure it out when I get there, but it's gonna be good.
Likes to know that they have it. That's not
Yeah.
they have it.
It's his dragons have their thing that they hoard.
Mm-hmm,
This is his dragon's hoard.
Do seal folk just hoard whiskey?
This one does.
Exactly, this one does.
And Finn, is there anything particular that you are up to over this time?
Other than being forcibly bathed, apparently. I'm gonna say Finn is probably trying to get to know these new crewmates of hers, and definitely helping the main crew anywhere. Like she is filling in any gap. She, having grown up on a boat, can kind of fit in anywhere they need it and is happy to help. But when she's not actively doing that, she's keeping kind of to herself, but quietly observing everybody. She might want to go say hey to Abraham and then see him messing with whatever that eye is in a jar, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna just keep walking. So
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and as you're like working on the deck with the dedicated like sailing crew, you would get bits and pieces of their personality and backstories. Like I mentioned earlier, they're all kind of the rough and tumble, rowdy crew that you would expect in like a port tavern.
Mhm.
They definitely have all had their fair share of trouble. You get the sense they've all had their fair share of loss as well. Guthrie mentions having lost his parents at one point in some kind of accident. He mentions it in kind of a flippant, offhand, like callous, joking kind of way. You get that's kind of the MO for all of these sailors, but probably all of them have similar tragedies to Guthrie. I'm not sure any of them would go out of their way to speak with you either, but they would appreciate your help, as you know your way around a boat a little bit more than Abraham, for instance.
Gotcha.
Well, as you make it through the storm, eventually after the third day of sailing, you get into smoother seas. You see blue sky for the first time in a few days after just the slate gray clouds overhead. So that's a nice change of weather, a nice change of atmosphere. Get that extra spell charge. Whatever sanity you need to do.
Can heal some sanity if anyone needs it. Cool, that tops me off. So I have
Nice.
3 d8s of sanity if anyone needs it. I don't know if anyone needs it.
Doesn't
I'm
sound
good
like
with
it. Yeah.
No.
Was it just me who was very much insane?
Yes.
Ah, dang
As
it.
far as I remember.
I was
Guess
doing
so.
pretty good.
Penny had a
For
hard
me,
time.
if I remember right, I was much more physically hurt because I
Yeah.
got shot twice from a rooftop or something.
I took a lot of sanity from the mother brain.
That's right, yeah.
I still have that connect. Is the mother brain still connected to me, Nathan?
No.
Okay. It was just for the battle.
Yeah, I don't remember how long that duration lasts, but it's connected to other people at this point.
Okay.
Uh-oh,
Ruh-roh.
On the smooth day of sailing, Captain Pete would ask for all of you to kind of convene, and he'd say, "All right, so I know we're sailing to Shikyodai. You, I overheard you saying something about mind flayers."
Oh yeah, we have to fight a bunch of
into-
mind flayers because they're trying to destroy this reality, and we need to stop them. And yeah.
So we're sailing into something like the mess we just sailed out of. Is that it?
Yeah, we're kind of the ones who fixed that whole mess. So yeah.
Well, I'm
We've been
much
dispatched.
obliged. So, once we get to port, should me and my crew be expecting any kind of horrible hydras or anything like that to attack us, or how much do you know about what we're heading into?
Penny's gonna look at everyone else.
I certainly hope not. We're trying to get there beforehand, but it sounds like they have a good head start on us.
I mean, I have this new spell I've been wanting to try that Mother Superior taught me before we left. Should I just do that?
I don't really know what you're talking
might
about.
help.
But by all means,
Can
help?
I scry?
Oh, you're getting my voice. I like that.
I like that. All right.
Yeah, I'm a influence.
Okay, so second hand, I have heard of the target. I've never met the target. Do we have any body part, possession, garment, likeness of Zugjiganku?
You would not have any such thing.
Okay, I am gonna cast a scry on Miss Zugjiganku.
So, Zug's got to make a wisdom saving throw.
But they get +5 because I don't know them personally.
Okay.
And it's
No, it's
a DC
that's all
16.
Okay. With a +5. Now, do I have her stats built out in here yet or not? That I do not know. Give me a second. Doesn't look like it. Alright, so I'm just going to do a straight roll, add her wisdom,
Okay.
and add +5.
Yeah. Roll bad, Nathan. I really hope you roll bad.
I bet you do.
Yeah. I always hope you roll bad.
That's a 19.
Dang it.
Yeah. Bright
And
side,
she knows
you're...
someone was trying to scry.
She knows someone was trying to scry. But... Wait, does she? Where does it say that?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought so too, but I'm not
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
this.
Target's mistake of wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target and the sort of damage connection you have to it. If a target knows you're casting the spell, it can fail the saving throw. Nope. On a failed save, the spell creature creates an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target. You can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there. The sensor move. Wait. On a save, the target isn't effective, and you can't use the spell against it for 24 hours.
Yeah, I don't think
Maybe
she
it
knows.
doesn't know.
Yeah. And bright side, that doesn't consume your material components. Did you buy a mirror for this, or a crystal ball?
Yeah, I did. I sure did.
Yeah. Which one? I'm just curious, the image.
I have a mirror. It's a little
mirror.
compact mirror.
Okay, yeah. Well, at least you're able to attempt this again on subsequent days. Leave it to Ellen to find characters that can figure out exactly what they're walking into, either legend lore or scrying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you can try again in the future, but nothing today.
Okay. Well,
Right. So So we don't know exactly what we're sailing into. I do want my party to be as prepared as they can be. Now, you're not expecting us to travel with you to fight the flares once we get where you're going, right? That's not part of our agreement here.
No. We expect you guys to hold down the ship. That's what they say, right? Hold down the ship.
Yeah, we can do that.
Maybe keep like the motor running in case we gotta like make a quick getaway.
Don't know what that is or what that means, but we'll be ready to sail when you need us.
Don't weigh anchor. Just keep sailing around in circles.
Is it
One more
possible
round
to
of port.
is it possible to scry on Gregory?
What?
Yes, you.
Because I want to get the
could.
news report.
Do you know of Gregory? Well, I guess
Yeah,
you
of
do. You
course
watch
I
the
know. Of course,
Royals,
Penny.
don't
Yeah,
you?
we watched the royal gossip.
Yeah, Penny.
Yes,
Penny
the
would
Royals,
love. Yeah. Penny would know Gregory.
I am
Have I met
curious what's
Gregory?
going on with the Royals.
Roll me a straight d20.
Okay. Because it's very possible. He's been to Cliffs Bay.
Right. Yeah, it's certainly possible. 12 or higher. You've met Craig.
Oh, I probably like shook his hand at a press event or something, and I was like totally fangirling.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Now
was known to
shaking
do
hands.
in-person random meetings on the
Yeah,
show.
exactly.
I mean, I can't
Right, so
cast
you-
until tomorrow, anyways, because I only had that one spell slot. But we could just figure out the news report from Gregory.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else eventful today, so let's go ahead and do that. Just see.
Okay.
Yeah, he fails it, so you're able to see him.
Okay.
He is
Give me a news
as
report?
yeah, as you know, he's in Shikyodai, so he's in this like cute tea house / tavern. It's got like all different manner of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages that people are enjoying. There's a wide mix of different like lineages here. There's the you see some orca or some whale folk, not necessarily orca folk, but like a couple dolphin folk. You would see you would see a band. I think Penelope would she would definitely know them because they've been in Cliffs Bay before, and because Penelope is like into popular culture, so you would recognize the Rock Lobsters as they're performing over in the side of the tavern on a little stage.
This furthers my theory, you know that.
Yeah, I know your theory.
They're
We all know
playing.
your theory, Cody.
It's still one of their most popular songs. The Octo Crab is still like a bop. Everyone loves it. They wrote it within the past 4 months, and it's taken the world by ocean tropical storm. Yeah, and you would see Craig. He's not currently doing any reporting. He's just enjoying a cup of tea, which looks as comical as it does in Clacker's hands, seeing like this dainty little tea glass and these giant like grizzly bear paws. Because Gregory is a bear.
Yes, he is.
And
He's a bear.
and his magic like microphone is off to one side, his recording stone. And he's just kind of nodding his head as he's listening to the Rock Lobsters. It would seem that there's some kind of air of tension. You would see a lot of people are openly carrying weapons, but no one's like actively fighting one another. No one feels like they're actively under threat right now. It's just there's definitely something going on. There's a weight to this town.
Okay. I don't know what town. I just know it is a town, and it looks like it could be Shikyodai.
Oh, it's definitely Shikyodai. You would recognize, even though you probably can't read it, you would recognize the ciphers on the like signposts, like the tea menu that's on Gregory's table, for example.
And it's
You
not
could-
totally infested by mind flayers.
It's not totally infested by mind flayers. Yeah.
Who's to
seems
say
that
in a
things
month
are-
when we get there?
Right. Now, timeline-wise, you think Zugchikanku has been here for a while, so it seems like Shikiodai, or at least this town in Shikiodai, seems to be doing better than Cliffs Bay did.
Mm-hmm. I will say, guys, oh my gosh. So, like, Gregory, he's just chilling in Shikiodai. It looks kind of like normal. Like, people, like, kind of are tense and they have weapons or whatever, but it doesn't seem like they're at war with, like, the mind flayers like we were. But, oh my gosh. So, the Octocrabs were there, and you have no idea. I have their poster up in my bedroom, and I'm, like, kind of obsessed with them, and I've always wanted to see them live, so we should probably get there as quickly as we can, okay?
Well, sure.
I only understood about 30% of the words that she just said, but I'm on the boat, so I'm game.
Yeah. I think we're gonna get there when we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Storm aside, you are making pretty good time thanks to Stormy the Genasi. You're increasing your speed at about the same percentage that Jack could. So
Maybe a little less.
3 days. Maybe a little less, maybe. Yeah, you've got a little boat token down there. It has
Oh, and
been
Maggie, if you use the measuring tool, it tells you how many days to travel.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh yes, I was playing with that earlier. I like the little box thing.
Yeah.
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 Where was the other ship at this time? Just for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
Like
at
near
this time
Nerao?
at this time the other ship would have been about here, close to Nerau. You'd probably be around the time you fought the Taiyanese like armada or
Okay.
convoy.
And are we going around this little cluster of islands or like kind of through the cluster of islands?
That's a great question. Do you want to chart that out, or do you want to trust Captain Pete to chart that out?
I will I trust Captain P with my life.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're paying him for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And he understands the urgency of an expedited voyage, so he is planning on skirting through it, which could come with some pretty intense combat, but that's his plan. He'll actually inform you of that. He's like, all right, in about a week, we're going to be going through a strait that's got some islands, got some cliffs, got some shallow water. There's a lot of monsters on those islands. That's why there's not a lot of population that lives there. So be prepared for that. We might be fighting some pretty gnarly beasts, but this is the fastest and most reliable way to get to Shikiodai. And on the upside, the island is going to shelter us from the worst effects of like really large ocean storms. So we got that going for us at least.
Okay.
If you say so.
All right.
I feel like this is about the time I should be getting a message from somebody.
I was you read my mind.
Yeah.
It is day 5 of your voyage. Storm clouds are overhead. Rain is peppering the water. It's not as bad as the storm a few days ago. And Penelope, you're actually starting to find your sea legs. So you're not vomiting nearly as much. You're maintaining your balance quite a bit more. Rin is pleased with your progress, so she's working on your stance. I imagine you're eager to get onto the fighting part, but she's like, no, the stance is very important. You have to understand
Like this?
that
I'm not squatting anymore.
No, that's good, but remember you've got to
Yeah.
keep your feet planted so that if I push you one
Okay.
way or the other, you're still braced. That's
Push me.
That's good.
Push me.
And she does. She's like, yeah, that's good. That's good. You're holding your own very well there.
Mhm. It's all about
move
the
into some
core.
basic forms.
You
That's
taught me
right,
that.
exactly. Yes. Very good. And let me move your boat up here. There we go. This conversation comes to an abrupt halt when you feel the boat shudder and you fall on the ground or on the floorboards. Penelope. Actually, all of you would fall over unless you're like actively hanging onto rigging or onto like the wall or handrail or something. Arf, you might even drop a bottle of whiskey.
I was gonna say Arf's been falling over this whole time, but that's a different story.
Right. Any of you who are below decks, I'm sure, would race up to the main deck to see what the commotion is. Like,
Sure.
you're nowhere near land. You shouldn't have run aground or anything like that. But as you reach the deck, you see just beneath the surface of the rain-peppered water, you see an enormous slimy shape. There's a giant eyeball that blinks up at you, tentacles that move around the side of your boat. You see a massive kraken bearing down on you.
Oh no.
Swimming around from under it, you see a shark folk with black and white kind of stripe patterning, almost a tiger shark, somewhere between a tiger shark and like a great white shark. And his eyes are just completely blood red. And on the other side of this kraken, you see mind flares swimming beneath the surface.
Great.
Cool.
As you're taking all of
That's a
this
lot of
in,
that.
Penelope, you hear a voice reverberating in your head, and for a moment you panic, thinking it's one of the mind flayers. But then you recognize her voice. Hi, miss you. In Narau. Shit going down. Avatar of Cthulhu is around. Yold said treasure, go get it. Bye.
You wrote it down word for word.
And
Did you expect anything less?
Beautiful. That was beautiful.
And Penelope, your response as established was, okay, that's cool, thanks, bye. We know there are terrible monsters. We're under attack. Miss you. XOXO.
That was what I said, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a little bit of me in there because I knew this was like going to
Yeah.
happen. So I was like, also the monsters. But that exchange happens as the Kraken begins to squeeze your vessel. We will roll initiative next time.
Dang it, Nathan!
Oh my gosh.
Maggie, you're gonna have a Kraken fight. It's your first fight.
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh!
Kraken, Sharkman,
Jumping
and
into
Mind
deep
Flayers.
end.
That's a
Yeah.
good time.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's like
That's
the triple threat right there.
Yeah, that's
I
a
hope you're
sampler
ready.
package
Literally.
for the whole
Literally.
Right, yeah. All right, well, as always, this has been Sanity Damage, to whom the sea belongs. Thank you for joining us on this epic voyage. We would love to hear from you, so the best way to get in contact with us is to go to Linktree/Sanity Damage, and you can find links to all of our social media there. The best way to get in contact with us reliably is to join our Discord. You can find the link on that same Linktree. We're all on there pretty much daily, so definitely pop in, say hi, and let us know how your stowaway discovery would have gone. If you were a stowaway, what would happen? Check out our Patreon if you've got a few extra dollars to spare, starting at $2 a month. We've got monthly supplement, like character packages. We had a consumables supplement a couple months ago.
Supplement.
So yeah, take your supplements, take your potatoes. Lots of Body Nook stuff there, some stuff from the other podcasts as well. So definitely check out all we've got on offer there. This show is a homebrew live stream, and our dice sponsor is FanRoll Dice. So you can get amazing dice and dice accessories at fanrolldice.com. Be sure to use the coupon code homebrew for 10% off anything on the whole website. That's fanrolldice.com. This campaign is dedicated to Brandon, who we hold in loving memory. To Whom the Sea Belongs is a Sanity Damage campaign set in the Kaleidosphere. Oh, and sorry, I don't want to forget to mention Cryptid Creator Corner every Tuesday and every Friday for listening to Byron and his co-host Jimmy as they talk through some of the indie comic books that are being developed, and even some of the like major comic book publishers as well. So great time over there as well. Join us next week, and we will see whether the Kraken or the boat ends up cracking.
Wow.
I see what you did there. It was good. That was good.
Wow.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.